Hello everyone, this is Susie Q, Susie Q's Happy Little Haven, and welcome to my nursery room window. Today I have baby Zachary with me. He's the one in my arms, and then I have my little baby Mikey in the background, who has been making a scene in the nursery ever since early this morning, but I'll explain that in a minute. I cannot calm that little guy down. But I do have Zach with me, and he's the one that I'm going to be changing into his Theme Thursday outfit. And the theme for today is, the main theme is foxes, and then the alternate theme is forest creatures coming out of hibernation. And so I think that I have a little bit of both today, which I'm going to show you. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put Zach down right here for just a moment, and I am going to bring Mikey up here, the little stir the pot boy, because he was so excited to be able to wear his raccoon outfit today. And raccoons are a forest animal, excuse my voice, that hibernates during the winter time. And so this outfit is a size 0 to 3 months, and so is Zach's outfit that I'm going to be putting on him. And I found that I only have about 2 little reborns and baby dolls that are this size, and so I couldn't have brought on more opposite personalities than these two. But anyway, so this is Mikey. He's the Michael the Little Slugger sculpt, and he's by Ashton Drake, and he is no longer being sold by Ashton Drake. I think he's been off the market for a few years now. But anyways, I got him. He was one of my first Ashton Drakes that I got, and I just loved his big happy smile, and you know, he's laughing all the time, and I still love this little guy. And he's the first reborn, he's the first Ashton Drake doll that I ever changed the body out on. And I'm very happy with the result of that. And I even did a video a couple of years back showing the step-by-step processes of how I did his, removed his old body and put the new one on. So. But anyway, I'm sorry about that. That was just kind of a sidebar. But I wanted to bring Mikey on and show you. And so that this is his raccoon outfit. And it's made out of fleece. And really super soft blanket fleece. And then he is wearing coordinating fleece jeans or pants. And then his little gray socks. And underneath this, he also has a onesie that coordinates, you know, the gray and the navy blue with his top. And so, anyway, I wanted to share him with you. He's already dressed, so I don't need to, you know, change him. I didn't want to try to change 2 dollies because my videos run too long as it is. So, but anyway, let me go ahead and put Mikey aside for now. And I'm going to bring little Zach back into the video because I'm going to be changing him into his foxy little outfit. So he's going to be all about foxes today. And let's see, did I mention, I don't think I did mention this time around, he is the Dominic Rafael by Laura Tuzio Ross. And I got him pre-owned back in 2018. So, anyways, I treasure this little guy. Love his blue eyes, love his dark hair. I don't have very many dark-haired babies like this, and this dark hair with the blue eyes really goes together well. But anyway, let me go ahead and, instead of jabbering away, I'll show you what I'm going to be putting on him today. And so, this is his outfit, and it's also made of fleece, and it's a hoodie with coordinating inside layer there, lining. And then he's got little pants also that are made out of the same color of fleece. And I just thought that this little fox is so darn cute. I couldn't, whenever Yvonne first mentioned about Theme Thursday being, the main theme foxes, I immediately thought of this outfit because I just love this outfit. And so underneath all of that is going to be this little foxy long sleeve onesie. It's got the same colors in it. And then his shoes are going to be these, which has a couple of the same colors. And then I thought that I would put him on these gray socks, and that's a little bear. And as you know, bears hibernate, and so that's kind of part of the alternate theme, the hibernation. So let's go ahead and get started. And so in the subject of my of the video, you might have seen that I wrote the words, "Did you know?" And I wanted to explain that to you because I guess I'm just like a natural born teacher. I always like to explain things and teach things and let people know things, and I hope that's not too boring for some of you, but of course, since the subject is hibernation, I had to look up. I wanted to know what unusual animals, ones that we normally don't think of, what animals hibernate, during the winter time, and they come out in the spring. And so, of course, everyone knows about bears. Bears are the most popular thing that everyone knows that hibernates. But there's other animals that do too, and I wrote down a list of them, the unusual ones. And of course there are more than this, animals, I'm sure, that hibernate, but this is just a few of the unusual ones. So did you know that bats hibernate? Yes, they do. And snakes hibernate. And groundhogs hibernate, and skunks hibernate, box turtles hibernate, raccoons hibernate. Did you know that moths hibernate, bees hibernate, ladybugs hibernate, snails hibernate? I mean, seriously, snails hibernate? But I found that interesting because when I think of hibernation, mainly I think of bears. Because, when we see on TV, it's always bears, on nature shows and things, it's always bears that are coming out of hibernation, But there's other animals that exist and that, they hibernate also. And so I found that very interesting. Another little animal that I found interesting that they said hibernates is mice. Because the funny thing is, I always see mice in the wintertime. That's when they seem to invade my little house, and they try to get into my food, but I've got my house mouse-proofed by now. But what they'll do is some of them will climb up into my, in my clothes closet. Somehow they will get up to the top shelf, and then they will make nests in my shoes. And that is not a very pleasant thing to see come spring when I go to put my shoes on. And I've seen that mice have made little nests in there and have had babies and left droppings and all that fun stuff. So I was curious about the fact that they hibernate in the winter because I see them during the winter. But I think what it is, I'm just guessing, okay, is that when I'm seeing them, when the weather first turns super cold and so the mice probably know, they can feel, they know that winter's coming. And so they come into the house and they start trying to look for food, to gather food so that they can, survive the winter with it. But I think that's why I see them in the house. during the winter. And then, you know, it's like at first I see mice and I, you know, I catch mice and I take them outside and all that stuff. But then, you know, after about a month or so, I don't see mice anymore. So I think that's what they're doing. I'm first seeing them in the beginning of winter, and then it kind of drops off because, you know, they've already made their nests and they're happy now. They're happily snoozing away in my shoes. So anyway, I found that interesting. Of course, I knew that ladybugs hibernate because I have a very bad problem with ladybugs at my house. I mentioned that in my last video, the smelly ladybugs. So anyway, I knew they hibernated, and they come out, you know, they hibernate when it's super cold, and then when it warms up, they come out and in swarms. So that's one of the animals or bugs or whatever species they are. That's an animal that I don't appreciate seeing when the weather warms up. But all of the animals that I mentioned to you at the very beginning, let's see, bats, snakes, groundhogs, skunks, box turtles, raccoons, and then of course the moths, bees, ladybugs, and snails. Those are all animals that we have on our property out here in the country. We see them at one time or another during the year. When I first moved here, I had never seen bats in flight. And one evening, it was like semi-dark. You know, it was not dark, but it was just as the sun had just gone down and it was still that evening sky. There was a bunch of what I thought were very fast birds. And I told my husband, I said, "Oh, wow, did you just see that flock of birds?" I go, I thought that birds, you know, in the evening they start nesting and they don't fly around like that at nighttime. And he said to me, "Those aren't birds, they're bats." And I was just amazed and thrilled because, you know, they're not causing me any issues. They don't, you know, they're not a pest or anything. They're just an interesting animal. And I haven't seen them much since because I don't know why I haven't, but I know that they can thrive here because they eat bugs, and we have a ton of bugs here in the country. So I can see why they, you know, they can survive here very well. So let me go ahead and put Zach's shoes on. And anyway, I you know, hope you found it interesting about the animals that hibernate, and, you know, the different ones that you'd never even think. Groundhogs, we get a lot of groundhogs here, and they're actually pests because they dig really deep holes in our property. And, you know, it's like kind of dangerous because if you're not watching carefully, you can step into one of those deep holes and really hurt yourself. I remember one time before my husband discovered this one groundhog hole, he was walking, and he's 6'5", and he was walking along, and all of a sudden his foot went into this really deep hole, and it went all the way up to his crotch area. And he was shocked, you know. He couldn't even believe that deep of a hole that a groundhog had dug. So after finding out that we had groundhogs, he got busy, and he went around the property and tried, you know, filling up the holes with rocks and dirt and stuff like that so that we wouldn't get injured while walking around. So, you know, I love animals. I love every kind of animal, but when it's you know, becomes harmful, then it's not so much fun anymore. Okay, anyway, so you notice that I got cute little Zach all dressed up, and he's all, let me get the camera back up, you guys. He's all ready to go. He's all ready to go somewhere. And the sun is out today, but it's a chilly day. So I'm sure we'll figure something out. He looks like he's ready to go maybe play on the swings or something outside. So anyway, everyone, thank you for stopping by today. It's been a lot of fun. I love this particular theme because of the animals that are in it. And anyway, we'll see you in the next video. I hope you enjoyed my video today. And we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.